Alright, welcome back to the channel. Looking at the Cold Steel Range Boss today. Fairly good sized knife here. Why should you care about this knife? Well, Midway is selling this knife for $13. They're normally between $31 or $38 and $40. This is a pretty good deal for $13, and that's why I have this knife. Man, you can't beat that price. But we're going to check it out, compare it to some other knives, and talk about this Range Boss a little bit. This is actually a wolf in sheep's clothing, and I'll explain that later in the video too. So why don't you go ahead and check it out. This is a cool little knife. Hey, do you you know, it's almost Halloween, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be an angel for Halloween.
Well, you're an angel all the time, honey. But I was wondering, do you see any ghosts around your house?
No.
Do you know what a ghost is?
I'm scared of ghosts.
Were you scared last night in the bedroom? Do you remember I came in the bed with you last night and you looked at me and you were scared and you went, ah! Do you remember that?
Nana does look scary when she wakes up.
Why did it scare you?
Alright, welcome back to the Fortified Castle. Another weapon to add to the arsenal. Take it down to the armory. Once we review it, let you guys see what this is all about. Really thin knife here. Look at that. Feels great. Man, it feels great. It's very thin, but it feels really grippy. Not aggressively grippy, not like hurt me grippy, but just, yeah, like it just wants to be in your hand. So, let's look at the stats on this first, and then we'll talk about this name, I think, a little bit. There's a little bit of history to this knife that you may not realize. Alright, so this is a 4 1/4 inch knife. Pretty big knife. It is a lockback. You can see that right there with the triad lock. Very easy to open this knife. You can do it one hand, no problem. And I have old, decrepit, gnarly hands. But I had no problem opening that up. I just got this, so I'm not real familiar with it. You've got a really nice broad clip point blade on here. Very impressive. Pretty even grind there. It's 4116 German stainless steel. See right there. These are made in Taiwan. Taiwan has been doing a great job for cold steel for decades. And pretty nice knife. It's a thermoplastic right here. You can see that texturing. Really nice clip. Really stiff clip. Never really had problems getting any of Cold Steel's knives into my pants. So haven't tried this clip, but I doubt that you'd have any problem with that. Nicely designed though. Get your number 6s here, number 8 high security Torx. A little bit of jumping right here. Easy to operate. That's been a criticism of Cold Steel. That their springs are really stiff on their back locks. This is a little lighter, but it's overall a lighter knife anyhow. So overall, you know, 3.5 ounces, really light for a big knife. If that's what you're in for. This is a lot heavier. This Cold Steel Recon one, about the same size though, but substantial difference in the weight on these two knives. So if that's what you're looking for, a nice lightweight knife, you've got some really good stock there. 3.5 millimeter stock, a little over 1/8 of an inch. Really nice stone wash finish on this blade. It's sharp. It's nicking me already just playing with this thing. It's really sharp. Kind of typical cold steel. Nice sharp point on it. No swedging. Typical cold steel ambidextrous thumb stud, so you can just back this over to this side if you're left-handed. Really, really awesome. So, really skinny. I don't really like little skinny knives like these, but I know a lot of people do. So this is very much reminds you of a Buck 110 Slim is what this reminds you of. A lot more grip and power on this though than the 110 Slim. Let's look at a few comparisons before we talk about the history on this knife, which may surprise you. So overall, you have a 9 1/4 inch knife, a true 4-inch blade. Almost all of that is going to be, maybe 3 7/8 cutting edge on this. 5 1/4 inch handle. So big knife. This is the knife in comparison to your Recon 1. Another knife that bears the name, the Ranch Boss 2, which is a big knife too. It's more a class style knife, totally different. This is a slip joint, that's a lock back, but lot wider knife here. And how about the Ontario Rat 1? Pretty close. Rat 1 is a little smaller. I think it's a 1/4 inch smaller on the handle. Also really big blade on it. And how about Buck Sprint Pro? Quite a bit smaller. All right. Let's talk about the interesting history on this knife that you may not be aware of, or maybe you are aware of it. So originally this knife came out as was called Broken Arrow, and it was a collaboration with Steve Austin, which I don't think he's got anything to do with knife making, but if Steve Austin was a WWE wrestling star up there in the picture, and he put his name on these knives. And I think Cold Steel went to the Range Boss after that relationship broke up. And he also had a different knife called the Working Man knife. So I guess when that partnership ended, they just renamed this knife Ranch Boss. Now, if you don't think that's true, I'll show you. This is a catalog. Broken Skull. It's exactly the same knife. Exactly the same knife. See that? So that's kind of interesting, huh? Things change. Alright, anyhow, I just wanted to show that to you. This is a great deal, man. For 13 bucks, you guys ought to get the Midway and get you some while they're still in stock. Another interesting thing I'd like to point out is this is a box that came in, And something's wrong. Yeah, I ordered the brown, and it's, you can see right there, dark earth, flat dark earth, and I got green instead. But that's okay. I'm not going to send it back. I like green. Let's just show you the box real quick. Okay. Man, you ought to take advantage of this. Why these things are 13 bucks. This is a hunk of knife for 13 bucks. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Really appreciate all you do for the channel, your likes, your shares, your comments, putting up with me. I can't even believe you watch these videos. Thanks again.